recorded. Okay, so I just decided, what the heck, let's see what that 4-mile ride is like. And so I'm going to, there it is. There's the mileage. All right, I'm at 5.7 at the end. So let's just do this 4-mile ride around. This will kind of give you an idea of the neighborhood that 936 23rd Avenue Northeast is in, and we're going to give you a 4-mile tour of this area of Northeast Hickory. Now, there are white squirrels in this area, so if you probably, I mean, the chances of seeing one today are what, 1 in a million, because we see a white squirrel maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But I guess it's not as bad as 1 in a million, but anyway. So this is 23rd Avenue, Northeast Hickory. I want to do the 4-mile loop to kind of show you where this is in comparison to the Lenoir Rhyne University. But as I'm making this loop, there's things I think I'd like to go over there and just show you that one street over, maybe 2 streets over from here, parallel to this 5th Street. I'm turning left here on 5th Street. Now, right up the road here on 5th Street, there used to be a golf course. It was called Hampton Heights Golf Course, and Hampton Heights closed, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and they have turned it into a new neighborhood, and we will pass that neighborhood on the left. Remember, I've told you before, there's churches on every corner. There's a church there to your right, and this is 5th Street, Northeast Hickory, just giving you a tour of this 4-mile loop if you were to buy that home and wanted to see how close it is to. Now, that big pile of wood there is not from a storm, it's from them cleaning up this golf course. Used to be a golf course here, and now it is it was called Hampton Heights. Now it's called, we'll see the sign here in just a minute. You should see the pool. But these are all new homes. They're going in. I want to say these homes on my left here are going to be, well, it should tell us right there. What does it say? 300s, homes in the 300s. I'd say 350 to 400 is going to be the range in those homes. I don't think you can get under 350 in there. I don't know if you saw the pool. I missed it, didn't point it out, but there was a pool in there, and there was a sign with the water feature. I can't remember the name of the neighborhood. What did they call that neighborhood? Do you remember?
The Hamptons.
The Hamptons. There you go. And so, just to be fully disclose here, what I was curious about was if my camera was out the window and the wind was just hitting it like crazy. There was a guy mowing the grass with an electric lawnmower. Did you see that? Anyway, if the camera was out the window and wind is hitting that at full throttle, well, not full throttle, I got up to what I get up to there? 30 miles an hour. But anyway, if the wind's hitting it, can you still hear my voice good with this camera microphone that I'm using? And we're going to know here in a little bit. I'll have to put this camera, this audio, this video. Okay, here we are. This is Lenoir Rhyne campus. On my left here is the baseball field, and a little bit up here is going to be the soccer field. To the right over here is the football stadium. They just won the national championship, not in football, but in, what's that sport called? What did they win? Field hockey? Was it field hockey? I think it was field hockey. I probably have that wrong, and everybody will correct me. But we are on LR's campus right here. That was a LR building. Here's a track. What was it?
A little over a mile and a half.
A little over a mile and a half right now. There's another church. Told you there was churches on every corner in Hickory. Now, if you were walking this path, you could turn left here on this one-way street. So when I'm thinking about a 4-mile travel path, I was thinking about making this left here, but it's not going to let me make this left. And although that would make the video a lot more interesting, Shantae, you think we're up for it? Should we make the left here?
Not in my car.
Not in your car. Okay. Well, I don't think I want to do it in my car either. So there's another new home going in. Now we're kind of pulling off of the campus of LR, and but here's a workout location. I'm curious if this loop is going to be much more than 4 miles now that I have added, I didn't think about the fact that it was a one-way street back there, and we're going to go a little bit of a different direction.
We should have turned the other direction on the house.
Yeah, if we would have left that house and turned right out of the neighborhood, we could have came up that street. But it's okay. We're testing this camera out, and we're going to give you a little bit of a tour here of Hickory. And well, I was thinking about 4 miles might take us 4 or 5, 6, 7 minutes, but I guess you can't go 60 miles an hour on this little journey, and you got to account for stoplights. So here we have hit a stoplight, and we're going to turn left, and this is a little bit less of a residential street, more of a well, at the fork, if I were to go right at the fork, it would take me into a little bit more of an industrial area. But I'm going to go here, and that's the fork that I'm talking about. But I'm going to go left here, and it'll get us back into a little bit of residential neighborhood. But to the right there on that fork would be a little bit more industrial. But here we are. There we go, another church, and another stoplight. You probably have stoplights in the town you're from too. Okay, Shantae, you're not doing very good with the commentary here. Can you help me out a little bit?
Oh, here.
This is the unedited channel, so whatever crap gets said, gets said. Here it is.
I mean, it's pretty quiet.
This is a quiet neighborhood, and we are going to come up in just a minute here. We're going to come up to Highland Recreation Center, and the Highland Rec is a fantastic little space for exercise, and there are. I'm sure you can see in another one of the videos that'll come up, you'll see a drone video kind of flying over the recreation center. It looks like we're going to miss getting stopped at this light, which is great. But there's the Armory, and this is a street where you can see the Highland Rec to my left. There's the softball fields. There's a skateboard park back there. There are 2 incredible gyms, basketball courts inside that gym. There's there's exercise equipment. It is a great facility, and it is almost free. It's not free, but it is way below the price of other gyms. If you live in Hickory, North Carolina, it is a great space. That is an apartment complex to my right. There's also an apartment complex to my left. Those are townhomes. Up here a little bit further to the right, there's streets and neighborhoods with more established homes. Townhomes, condos here to my right that we're coming up on. To the left, you're going to see some more. This is another older neighborhood to the left, and then there's some newer construction and a newer neighborhood up here to the left. Someday I ought to drive you through that cul-de-sac there, but there's construction going on now. But that's a little newer neighborhood, and when I say newer, there's new homes going up, and there's a couple homes in there that are probably 10, 12 years old, and I'm guessing I might be off by a decade because I have no concept of time. But here we are back to very close to the home where we're kind of talking about, 936 23rd Avenue Northeast in Hickory. And I think that would be a great home for you to consider if you're looking for investment property, or you maybe you have a large family. It's you and your your immediate family, and maybe your in-laws are going to live with you, or outlaws, or maybe you've got some adult children that need to live in your home with you. And if you do, 936, there's enough room there for 2 or 3 families. Again, under $75 a square foot, and would love to help you out with that home. All kinds of mortgage opportunities. Call me. We talk about mortgage. I also have a real estate license, so I can connect you with the best realtors in town. But here we are back, and I'm going to turn in the driveway here at 936 23rd Avenue. And here it is back, and that loop was, like I said, 4 miles, even though we had to go a little street beyond. But there we are. Thanks for watching.